Blunt Talk with LT, episode 93. This episode's brought to you by StackWap.com, StackWap.com/shop. Buy your SGE merch at 10% off with promo code Blunt Talk, capital B on the blunt, capital T on the talk. 10% off anything in the SGE store. All sorts of new merch available currently, and next week new landings will arrive in the shop. So keep your eyes peeled for them ones. What do we got first? Okay, so YouTube's been censoring a lot of shit. First 5 minutes saying you can't cuss too much, or they'll demonetize your videos. A lot of more censorship making their way through YouTube, and I feel like the internet's getting more censored and censored every day, and it's like you can't even have raw, unfiltered, blunt discussions or any type of content without having some sort of major censorship, unless you have your own website where you can filter all the traffic, and that's what it's come down to. It's kind of pathetic out here. But let's get into the first topic. So Akbar from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, pretty much fans that did not like her behavior on Love and Hip Hop from all the fights that she's been instigating. They pulled up some receipts from some old fight that she was in where she allegedly took the L. So let me pull up that fight and let y'all be the decision or the judge of who actually took the L or who won this fight. So we got Akbar here in the white. Yeah. Okay, so at the end you get a clear look and a clear visual that indeed is Akbar in the white t-shirt getting her face tumped off. For the most part, I don't think it's really debatable who actually took the L in that fight. I don't think that there was for a moment that Akbar had the advantage, but that's just a mess, you know, when you see those type of fights and everybody's just watching it, instigating, and, you know, it is what it is, though. At least everyone kept it to a one-on-one and no one jumped in. So she got her L handed to her without any real debate. It's fucked up that fans or haters, whatever you want to label them, I've been pulling up this footage to go in on her because they're just like, yo, who is this girl talking the most on the show, coming at light-skinned Keisha for no reason, coming at Spice, coming at various other women on the show aggressively for no reason. So a lot of these women, a lot of these fans have been pulling up receipts in retaliation to pretty much just drag her online, go in on her on Twitter. That's what happens when you're the aggressor, the bully, the person that's always instigating fights. If you have L's in your history or past footage where people can bring up and throw in your face, they're gonna constantly do that. In this day and age, a lot of the shit is documented. You get into fights, you get into scraps, and you take those L's, and it's like that shit lives on forever. You can't really erase that from your name when it's on footage. So pretty much have to hug those L's. What else do we got here? Do we got any more scraps? Let me see. Let me cycle through this shit. Let's get these scraps out of the way. No, we don't got scraps. Okay, so we got Kevin Gates sex tape leaking, and a lot of fans went in. And this is what happens when a lot of these sex tapes leak and people aren't really prepared and you're not putting your best foot forward. If you're not really going off in your sex tape and you're just having a regular sex round, I do not advise folks to put these out, because a lot of the women fans are going in on him saying it's false advertisement because he said a lot of freaky shit in his music, and judging from the sex tape, they're just not impressed. But I don't know, man. I'm looking at this shit. It's like a 40-second clip. If you're not gonna, like, I don't know, man. I don't even know if he leaked the sex tape. And a lot of people are going in on him because they don't know if it's his wife in the sex tape, and they're saying it's not. It's some other girl, and this was like allegedly recent. So a lot of drama, a lot of turmoil surrounding this sex tape, but it's not it's not looking good for Kevin Gates if this is affecting his relationship, his marriage, or whatnot. Just from a leaked sex tape. I don't think that he leaked the actual sex tape. I don't think there's any incentive for him to leak the sex tape. So I don't know. It is what it is with that one. Getting through these pretty quick. What else do we got here? Okay, so this has been stirring up some drama recently, and I'm not a Dogg person, so I don't know. When I see this, there's two sides of the fence with this one. There's the Dogg people saying that this shit is normal. There's the weird people, well, the dudes that are thirsty that, you know, wish that they were in place of the Dogg in this video. You're gonna understand this when you see the video. And then there's the people that are just disgusted and being like, what's wrong with this girl? And they're going off. So pretty much Chromaz, rapper from Toronto, Spanish girl, was in a video recently and she spat in this dog's mouth, and it's pretty much been stirring headlines. So let me play this video real quick. What do we got here? Here we go.
Like, this isn't obviously something that was planned. It could be a boyfriend that you've been with for like 17 years, and he could be upset and he could do the same to you. So I think like a lot of girls that are like kind of being rude about the situation, like, to you.
If you don't get that bullshit out of my face, bitch.
I don't know. A lot of people kiss their dogs on the mouth and do all sorts of weird stuff. That looked, when you really... Okay, so if we're really going to, like, analyze this situation right here, and we're just analyzing some weird shit on the show, it looks like she's kissing the dog, or the dog's licking her, and the dog actually had some bubbles or some shit go in her mouth. So I felt like she kind of opened the dog's mouth and returned the spit and then got the leftovers or whatever the hell was in her mouth. A lot of people are saying that's animal cruelty and it's disrespect to the dog, spitting in the dog's mouth. Other people are saying this is how you train a dog, and when you have a dog under manas like this, like the dog listens, and the dog, these are ways to, you know, get the dog affiliated with your presence or whatnot. I don't know. I'm not a dog owner, but that's the word on the street. I see this video and I don't really make much of it, but shit gets a lot of attention during these times. People are getting back out there and shit's going back to normal almost when it comes to activity, but there's still a lot of reaching for headlines and a lot of reaching for outrage. So that's probably why that kind of made a big stir. Again, I'm not a dog person, so I might be fucking wrong as hell right now, but it is what it is. What else do we got here? Okay, so there's been recent rumors that Kaylin Garcia snuffed out Celina Powell in the same condo that Tory Lanez resides in Miami. There's been a lot of words about this, a lot of claims about this. A lot of people have been speaking about this in other podcasts and in hip-hop news sites, blogs, and everything. I don't know how much, like, Kaylin Garcia, if people don't know who Kaylin Garcia is, she was on Love and Hip Hop. Joe Budden's ex-girlfriend, one of Joe Budden's ex-girlfriends. Celina Powell is, you know, the modern day Cat Stacks, pretty much. So if people don't know who she is, yeah, I don't have any video to confirm these claims or confirm this video or confirm this fight. This story actually happened, but you know, major hip hop sources and blogs are covering this. I believe that she probably deserved to get punched in the face for whatever she got punched in the face for. Like, I'm not one of those people that just advocate for or, you know, cheer on women fighting women just for, you know, catty giggles or whatever. Like, for me, I look at it like Celina Powell is one of those people that do talk a lot of shit on the internet. She does a lot of trolling. She's pretty much trying to fuck everybody's man out here. So pretty much, like, you could see why some shit like this could have happened. I kind of automatically, from her track record, would believe that she was probably in the wrong and she deserved the punch. But who knows? I don't know details. This is me just kind of pulling shit out of, you know, thin air. So it is what it is. What else do we got here? Anything more pressing than this bullshit? Okay, so 6ix9ine is under investigation, and they're like, what, 6ix9ine under investigation? This nigga's ready to snitch again. What's going on here? 6ix9ine is under investigation for his view count on YouTube. There's been a lot of claims of bots for his YouTube because it was a couple of thousand comments on his YouTube video, Gooba, that were pretty much all the same bullshit bots, repetitive accounts, fake profiles leaving the same comments, and there's thousands of the same comments on Gooba. 6ix9ine went in on Billboard for basically saying that they're fudging the numbers and they're not giving him the respect he deserves for, and not giving him the number one because his song did X amount of streams or whatever. But Billboard went back and said that, you know, they don't count international streams for their charts. It's just American streams. So he didn't quite reach that threshold. But there is another investigation going on with the YouTube views and the false claims of the actual views and the bots. For me, I looked at it. It was a strong marketing campaign when he first dropped the video. He dropped his IG live that got 2 million viewers live. There was a lot of buzz around the video because people wanted to know what type of shit he was talking about in his raps when he came back. So clearly there was a lot of attention. That shit showed up in my explore page on YouTube, and I never clicked the 6ix9ine video in my life for it to actually do that. And I don't usually have music in my front page. So that's how you know the promotion and the marketing and whatever they did with the algorithm and got it shown out there. So it was put out there. There was good promotion. There was actually people clicking on the video. I didn't click the video, but I know that there's people clicking it. But 200 million views currently right now, under investigation for cap views. When you have all these fake ass comments, there might be some fake fraudulent views. Who knows? And people are quick to out 6ix9ine because 6ix9ine is trying to point fingers at everybody, and he's still trying to snitch. So it's like, obviously he's not going to be safe. Anybody that sees, like, that's why his location and both of his addresses got leaked twice. So it's like he can't move anywhere without somebody outing his address, because there's no, I feel like everybody's like, yeah, let's snitch on the snitch, or let's tell on the snitch. And that's what everybody's doing in these communities. It's wild what's going on, but can't say it doesn't really deserve it. Rich the Kid recently was spotted with 6ix9ine's baby mother, Sarah Molina. She was seen stepping out of a Lamborghini with the help of 2 of his security guards. For me, I was like, what? Didn't I just report on Rich the Kid, like, proposing to, like, what's her name, Tory Bricks or something? And she was looking at him like she didn't want to do it. But, okay, so Rich the Kid's pretty much taking out this girl, so I'm pretty sure that relationship ended. I feel like Sarah Molina, 6ix9ine's baby mother, is getting dragged by certain hip-hop blogs and certain hip-hop personalities, DJ Academics being one of them, saying that she's thoughting it around for being with Rich the Kid. And I'm like, that kind of seems like a little bit of a defense for 6ix9ine. At the end of the day, she's a grown, free woman. She could do what she wants. They're not together. That's his baby mother. So if she's out with another rapper, then that's just what she's doing. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm not going to look at it like she's dotting around. Once there's a list of accumulation of rappers, then you get that trend where you can start making those claims. But really and truly, I don't see no reason to say she's dotting around because she's spot with Rich the Kid. But, you know, she's moving on from 6ix9ine. She's being out here. She's trying to get her clout up. Clearly, I'm so biased when it comes to 6ix9ine shit because I don't fucks with 6ix9ine. I do not want to see a rat in hip-hop. But, you know, I'm not mad at the situation because hip-hop don't fuck with him. It's just the outsider. So he can have whatever buzz he has. He's not even accepted in hip-hop. So pretty much we won. Snoop Dogg doesn't have to worry. Like, Snoop Dogg fans and everybody in hip-hop knows that Snoop Dogg shit that he's trying to pull up is just cap. When you read the documents, do I have the documents? The 6ix9ine put out documents trying to say that Snoop Dogg snitched. He's trying to take down everybody with him, trying to say there's other snitches in hip-hop of the figures that you love. So he goes after probably the most famous, beloved rapper of all time, Snoop Dogg. And he's trying to ruin his image, too, by trying to say he's a snitch. But when you look at the receipts he's trying to bring up, the police reports, it's pretty much a report from the police officer's perspective. It's not a statement from Snoop Dogg, and anybody trying to spin it that way, it's just like you're just lying to the public for the sake of 6ix9ine. And it's like, it's wild when you see YouTubers, because a lot of YouTubers and a lot of weird YouTubers that cover hip-hop are kind of caping for 6ix9ine, but you never see any rappers, any hip-hop personalities, any producers, anybody in the hip-hop community caping for him. So it is what it is with that one. What else do we got here? Okay, so Lil Boosie dropped a video recently, and let me just play the Boosie video, and then we're gonna react to this. Where is it? There we go.
Ask my son. Yeah, they were 12, 13. They got hit. Yeah, That's how it's supposed to be. Yeah, hell yeah, I got my fucking son dick sucked. You fucking right. Yes, a grown woman. Grown, super grown. Checked his ass out. Checked all my nephews out. Super grown. Is she grown? She checked me out. I know what the fuck she did to them. She checked me out, that bitch. I'm getting them prepared, man.
Okay, so a lot of people have been going in on Boosie for his views because they were saying that he was hypocritical for his actions, speaking on the way Dwayne Wade was parenting his children, when he was allowing, a woman to perform sexual acts on his young, his son and his nephew or whatever. And they're saying that he's a hypocrite and he's influencing negative sexual, what was the word they used? Like imprinting, sexual imprinting, which can cause sexual confusion. They're saying that he was doing a lot of that shit when it came to his child and allowing a grown woman, as he said, super grown woman, to, give his son and his nephew head at that age. But when I look at it, I'm like, okay, for me, there's clearly a double standard and a deserved double standard, because not everything's created equally. And it's like, men and women are equal and they should be equal under the laws or under the eyes of the law. But our activity and who we aren't the same. We're not really the same. And when people try to act like men and women are exactly the same, they're just being disingenuous and they're capping. A grown woman doing something with a teenage boy or a teenage boy is not the same as a grown man doing something with a teenage girl. That is absolutely atrocious. If he was to do that with his daughter, that like people are comparing it and trying to act like it's the same thing. It's like, oh, but what if he was to do it with his daughter? There's no what if here. He didn't and he wouldn't. That's asinine and that's crazy. But I don't think that that's the right advice to be putting out there. Like you're supposed to hook up your not even teenager. Like he's 12 at the time, 12, 13 years old. Your son to get head by a grown woman. It's not the best advice to put out there. But at the end of the day, that's the way he's parenting his kids. I'm not going to tell anybody how to parent their kids. That's not something I would do. If you're 12, 13 and you're horny, you go get your own head from whatever girl you're trying to get. That's the way I'm looking at it for my son. I'm not trying to get like that. For me, that's weird. I'm not trying to do that, but that's what he does. He's cool with it. It is what it is. I don't feel like a lot of people are dragging him, and if that's their perspective, that's their perspective. If they don't agree with it, they don't agree with it. It is really rape under the law, under the eyes of the law, for a grown woman to perform oral sex on a young prepubescent boy, pretty much, not even a full teenager yet. So I guess it is wrong. What am I saying? Shouldn't do that. Nah, he shouldn't. If I wouldn't do it too, nah, that's wrong. What the fuck am I talking about? Boosie, get the fuck out of here with that shit. Nah, man, you should have kept that shit to yourself, son. I had to like talk myself into the wrong. Like, obviously it's wrong. What the fuck am I talking about? All right, what else do we got here? Okay, so there's a DNA test that proves Future is the father of Eliza Reigns' 1-year-old daughter. So that's another baby mother added to Future's list. And Wendy Williams felt the need to drag Future and call him pathetic. And a lot of people, a lot of women especially, are going in on Future, going in on men for pretty much perpetuating this toxic personality that they deem Future to have online. So they're basically going in on men for that, reinforcing that type of treatment of women, and all sorts of toxic shit and toxic conversations going on with Future's name. Future's constantly getting dragged through the mud by women on the timeline, but it's not affecting his sales. It's not affecting his music. He just dropped an album recently. Niggas is still fucking with his music heavily, but a lot of baby mothers out there, a lot of baby mother drama out there. Future doesn't really seem fazed by media personalities calling him out or talking shit about him. He just continues to do him. So it is what it is with that. I think I got one last thing before I wrap up this episode. Yikes. likes. What else we got here? Sarah Molina calls 6ix9ine corny for joking about snitching. That's not really a headline, not much of a story. All right, that's it. That's wrapping up episode 93. We're going to be back out here. A lot of reconstruction in the studio. That's why there's been a lot of delays in the episodes. But better late than never. So, yeah. Subscribe, like. Make sure you share the clips that you fucks with. If you are a real supporter of the show, if you see a clip that you like the opinion that I have, you feel like it's funny or whatnot, you fucks with a clip, make sure you share the clip to your Facebook, your Twitter, or whatever. It really helps the show. Shout out to the new subscribers. Shout out to the day one subscribers. Shout out to the subscribers that are subscribing after watching this video. We out here. Yep.